It's fancy we meet like this again, as I'm feeling a little bit more prestige this week. You might ask why? Well, I'll tell you why. Because Queen Charlotte, a Bridgerton story, is out. So let's get it.
Welcome to the Kyber
All right, people. So, in Queen Charlotte, a Bridgerton story, we have some new hitters plus the familiar faces we are used to. The old school heavy hitters in the Bridgerton series is back, and basically the premise of this spin-off series is we see a young Queen Charlotte, and we get to see a young Lady Danbury, and we get to see like both of their stories on how they like started out in the scrutiny, especially with Queen Charlotte. We see the scrutiny that she receives, upon her arrival, because basically the show starts off with her on her wedding day, like she's coming to finally meet King George, because back then a lot of these marriages was arranged. So her brother arranged this marriage, and she never met King George, and she arrives in England, and boom, bam, I'm getting married to the King of England. And then we also, like I said, we get to see a young Lady Danbury too. We get to kind of see her backstory. So that's pretty much the premise of this spin-off series of the Bridgerton series. And let's get straight into it. I don't know why people I got sucked into this show, but I did. I'm not really like the romantic drama type person, but for some reason, like ever since the first season, like I've been sold on the Bridgerton series, and I like it. So with this one, once again, I have no complaints with the storyline. This one was probably the most intriguing storyline thus far, because we get to see a young Queen Charlotte who's black, and we see how the ridicule and scrutiny that comes behind that. Britain wasn't ready for a black queen. King George's family, Parliament. It just seemed like everybody had that microscope on her. So you could see like the racism that came behind it. Even with the mom, like the first time Queen Charlotte met King George's mom, it just wasn't like a really warm welcoming, especially when you're meeting your mother-in-law. So you kind of feel bad for Queen Charlotte, and even with Lady Danbury, her husband Lord Danbury, you see the struggles they went through. So I like how the show show that and shone a light on that. Because as we all know, like racism has been here for a very long time, and to see them overcome that, Queen Charlotte was like, "Listen, I'm the queen now. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all gonna put some respect on my name. I respect that. You get what I'm saying? So like, she didn't back down. She didn't let them, scare her away. And I just the I don't know, the drama with the show. I don't know. I'm so like I'm intrigued in it. And once again, the Bridgerton series has done it again. I think this was a solid series. Like, can't complain with the acting. The acting's on point. I like the storyline. Maybe I like the storyline so much because I could relate to it. As an African American male, you just relate to these type of stories a little bit more. And it was nice to see a young queen and a young Lady Danbury, and see how their friendship came about and how they had to overcome a lot of obstacles. And you also see, King George and, his mental health issues and how that came about. So like you feel for all the characters now that you get more of a backstory. The show does do time jumps. So, 1 minute you're in the past looking at young Charlotte and Lady Danbury, and then in the next minute you're back to the modern part of the storyline in the Bridgerton series, where you see the Lady Danbury and Queen Charlotte that we're used to seeing in the first two seasons. So there are time jumps in the show. It's not 100% just flat out showing a young Charlotte. It does go back and forth sometimes where you'll see the young version of her and then you'll see the older version of her in Lady Danbury. So they go back and forth. So I'm not going to give too much away, much more away about this spin-off series. It is 6 episodes, so it's a quick watch. I highly recommend it if you're a fan of the Bridgerton series. Because, like I said, for the most part, I don't watch these type of shows, but for some reason, I gave the first season a chance, and I kind of been hooked ever since. So I highly recommend it. The show this season was really good. I'm upset that was only 6 episodes. I wish it was a little bit longer. At least like 8 to 10 episodes would have been a little bit better. But it is what it is. It's a little spin-off series. They probably just wanted to give us a little tease until we get season 3. So yeah, man, I highly recommend it. Um, this was a solid season. Kaiba scale probably like an 8.5. I love this season from start to finish. So like I said, if you got time this weekend, it's an easy binge. 6 episodes, you'll bang it out. So you guys know the routine. If you like what you see, you want to see more, please hit that subscribe button. After doing that, hit the bell button so you get notified every time I upload a video. And please leave a comment at the bottom. Let me know what you thought of Queen Charlotte or Bridgerton story. And hit that like button. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.